have gotten a lot of question these last couple of days as to if the Las Vegas Raiders should trade for Brandin Cooks. First off, yeah, like I absolutely love it. First of all, second of all, I hope you guys like our new light. We just got it going on, and hopefully, it shines more light on my ugly mug. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. We're trying to improve the podcast for you guys, so let us know what you guys think. But back to the subject at hand. I think the Raiders are a team that, I think we've said it from the very beginning, if they can find a way to get a top wide receiver at a premium price that's worth a premium price for a bargain price, I think that's really the way we want to go here. We brought up guys like Davante Adams. We actually know they're gonna have to pay a lot for him. Like, they're gonna have to pay a lot of money for a guy like Davante Adams. There's guys like Chris Godwin, who we talked about. I mean, there's a lot of options that we talked about, but Cooks is kind of intriguing. Like, people don't realize how good Brandin Cooks has been over the years. And if you guys see right now, 6 1,000-yard seasons. Like, I didn't know he was this good. Like, when I say people didn't know he was this good, I didn't know he was this good. He has actually been one of the more productive wide receivers in the entire league. And I think the man, he deserves a lot of credit. He absolutely deserves a lot of credit. And I think, if you're the Raiders, you have to look at this next season as potentially, this is it. Like, this is it. And if you look at 2021 with the Texans, Brandin Cooks had a career high in receptions with 90, had over 1,000 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. I need to bring you back for a second here. That's with Davis Mills as his starting quarterback. Can you imagine what this man could do with Derek Carr at quarterback? Come on. Like, I love it. I think that there have been, like I said, there have been a lot of questions. There's been a lot of comments in our comment section, even on Twitter. We've seen it. Should the Raiders trade for Brandin Cooks? And I would not be opposed to it. Like, I would definitely not be opposed to it, because I feel like he is now going to be 20. He's 28 years old. He's going to be 29 in September. And you're in a position where you're thinking, okay, the Raiders, in my mind, were one possession away from beating the now Super Bowl bound Bengals, and they just didn't have quite the firepower. They were right there, but they just didn't have quite the firepower. And now you add a guy like Brandin Cooks for a guy. I really think the Raiders might be able to get him for, I don't know. I don't want to give up more than a third-round pick, but you're probably going to have to give up at least a second. Maybe, I think the Texans might try to gouge a first out of you. If they're gouging a first, it's not worth it. No, I think at the very worst, you give them is a second, because, I mean, and you can renegotiate with Cooks on his contract. But I think there's a lot to like here. A guy that spent a year with the Patriots, and the comment section, people always saying that, hey, he could be a guy that he brings in and teaches the younger wide receivers. Absolutely. You don't just pay these guys to come in, catch passes, and do their thing. No, you come in, you have them come in, you pay them to be full members of the team and to have them do their thing. That's what you pay them for. And I think it would be a good fit. I really absolutely do. I think it would be a really good fit for the Raiders moving forward. And I think if you bring in a guy like Brandin Cooks off the, I was about to say off the street. If you trade for a guy like Brandin Cooks, I think that's the best. Probably in my mind, that's probably the best way to go about this, because there's a lot of people out there, including myself, saying that if they could get a wide receiver, they're pretty much set. But it also clears up, if they trade for Brandin Cooks, they could do a lot through the draft. They could do a lot of different things, and I think that would really prove to be very valuable for the Raiders. They could spend that first-round pick on, say, I don't know, a guard, a tackle, even though Leatherwood and Richie Incognito, he might be back. So, I mean, a first-round pick on a defensive tackle, I would love that. Like Jordan Davis, like we've been talking about, like, come on. So I really think if they could do just one small signing like this, they could do a lot of great things. I think they can do a lot of great things through the draft this year, and I think that Cooks, just with the addition of trading for him, I think he could do a lot of good. You take one immediate need off their plate. I think it'd be a really good fit also with guys like Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs. I mean, just another key piece to this offense, and I think that's the last piece. Like, that's it, the last piece. And yes, can you upgrade other positions like corner? Yes, I think that's the thing that you got to do. I also think you have to add an outside linebacker, but overall, I think that Brandin Cooks would be a very intriguing trade for the Raiders moving forward. I think it'd be a very big underrated trade for in the offseason, and I think it could be that little bit that this team needs to be able to put them over the top and be a very good, being a a good football team to a very good football team, and I think that's what you love to see, because I think overall Brandin Cooks has been one of those guys that just doesn't get quite the love that he deserves, and I feel like if he were to come to the Raiders with all the weapons they already have, oh boy, that would be, I think that's what you would want. Also, we've also talked about it, the fact that I felt the Raiders needed, especially after the Henry Ruggs situation, prayers for everyone involved, especially after that situation, you needed to bring in a guy that could just flat out run, be a big deep threat, and like we showed you with his stats, a guy that has a career almost 14 yards per catch, type career, and I think he is going to add a lot. If the Raiders do in fact trade for him, he could add a lot to that offense and be that deep threat that I think the Raiders were really missing late in the season. Like we said, I think second round pick, I think you pull the trigger every single time, especially for a player like Cooks, who's still got I think he's got 4 more years in him, like 4 more years of being a really good football player, and being that number 1, number 2 type receiver, plays like a number 1 wide receiver, so why not? I think it would be him and Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs. That's nasty. You tell me that would not be nasty. I would love it. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten, and continue to get. You guys are truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. Make sure you guys also give us a listen and sub on iTunes below. Also, we have in our comment section, we have our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. And if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com, or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. And you know what? We just really appreciate the love we've gotten from you guys. You guys are awesome. So, but let us know what you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders needing, if they need to trade for Brandin Cooks.